Hello friends, I am Yogesh Kumar Deshmukh, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department of Bharati Group of Colleges, Bharati College of Engineering Technology. Okay, today in robotics we are going to learn about topic algorithm of link frame assignment. It is the most important topic to learn about how the links and arrangements and frames of a robot can work solving through an algorithm. Okay. This comprises of several steps. Let's see what's in this. That's a link frame assignment. This algorithm assigns frames and determines the DH parameters, Hardenbach's parameters, for each link of n degree of freedom manipulates. Consider the first link as 0 and the last link as n are connected to only one another link, connected in series, have arbitraries in frame assignment. For this reason, the first frame is defined as frame curly bracket 0 and the last frame as frame n. Frames are assigned after assigning frames to intermediate links, that link 1, link 0, link 1, link n minus 1. Okay, there is no link 0, it's from link 1 to link n minus 1, and frames start from frame 0 to frame n. Okay, the displacement of each joint link is measured with respect to a frame. Therefore, the 0 position of each links need to be clearly defined. Okay, each joint displacement can be measured from a frame. For that, we have to define 0 position of each links. The 0 position of a revolute joint is when the joint angle is 0. Okay, and in prismatic planes, the 0 position is link joint angle displacement D is 0. Okay, now the algorithm is divided into 4 parts. The first segment gives steps for labeling scheme. The second one describes the step for frame assignment. Okay, to intermediate link 1 to link n minus 1 and from frame 0 to frame n. First, what we have to do in step 0, we have to identify the number of links and joints and frames, and then we have to give the base as 0 and last link as link n. Okay, and frame will be start from link from 0 to n. Okay, then step 1, axis z axis with axis of joint I plus 1 for I equal to 0 to n minus 1. Okay, we have to define where is z axis. Then in step 2, x-axis is perpendicular to both zi axis and zi axis. Okay, pointing away from zi minus 1. The origin of frame I is located at the intersection of zi and I axis. Okay, these are the conditions which are sent by DH notations. In DH notations, we already have learned all these notations. All this, why, where is zi plus 1 and where is xi axis and where is zi axis. Okay, considering case 1, in case 1, zi minus 1 and zi axis intersects, chosen the origin at the point of their intersection. Okay, if this axis intersects, then we have to choose as the origin point, and the xi axis will be perpendicular to both the planes. This will give ai to be 0. Ai value will be always 0 in these conditions. Second case, what is that? If zi minus 1 and zi axis are parallel or line parallel plane, then their common normal is not uniquely defined. Okay, in that case, if joint I is revolute, then xi is chosen from common normal place which passes through the origin of the frame. Okay, I minus 1. Then this will fix the origin and make di 0. If joint I is prismatic, xi axis is arbitrarily chosen as convenient common normal and the origin is located at the distal end of the link or the end effector of link I. Okay, then in case 3, if zi minus 1 and zi axis coincident, the origin lies to the common axis. If joint is I is revolute, origin is located to coincide with origin of frame I minus 1 and I1 axis coincidence with x I minus 1 axis to cause di to be 0. If joint is prismatic, xi axis is chosen parallel to xi minus 1 axis to make ai to be 0. Okay, in both the conditions, prismatic and revolute joint, the variable varies. Okay, The origin is located at distal end of link I or end effector. In step 3, the y-axis has no choice. It has to be fixed on the right hand abnormal coordinate frame. Okay. Next, in step 4, frame 0 is located in arbitrary. Its choices is made based on simplicity of the model. Okay. If joint 1 is revolute, the origin of frame 0 can be chosen as convenient reference such as floor table given plane. Okay. If it is prismatic, joint 1 is prismatic parallel to x0 and x1 axis makes theta 1 to be 0. Origin of the frame 0 is placed arbitrarily. Okay. Step 5, the y-axis completes the right hand abnormal coordinate frames. And then we moving on the step 6, the origin of frame n chosen to the manipulator, that is convenient plane. This point is called tool point or end effector or tool frame. In step 7, zn axis is fixed along the direction of zn and n-1 axis pointing away from the link n. Okay. That is called approach direction. In step 8, if joint n is prismatic, take xn parallel to xn-1 axis. Okay. If joint n is revolute, the choice of xn is in similar to step 4. We have to again move to the step 4. Then it is xn is perpendicular to both zn-1 and zn axis. Xn directions is the normal direction. The yn direction is chosen to complete the right hand abnormal frame. In this way, the yn axis is the orientation and sliding direction. In this way, continuing the step, repeating again and again, after step 4 we are going to step 4, then again we will come to the 5, 6, 7. If it is not like that in a prismatic way, then we have again moved to the step 4. Okay, this so on up till the end effector is not come to us. The algorithm will move on to solve out this problem. Thank you.